Oh, no, I don't know. It isn't polite that you haven't related to me. It's okay, I don't mind at all, lovely. But yes, I'm older than your teacher, and maybe I might be older than some of your grandparents. I am a real teacher. I do still teach, I substitute, and I have a lot of energy, and I love being with children, and that's why I do this for you. But I grew up in Lancaster, and school buildings, like Hamilton wasn't built yet, but I went to St. Anthony's, and that was built. I went to Wickersham for a while, that was built. Well, they weren't from one room school, okay? Okay, thank you, dear. All right, Chelsea. Barbara. Yeah. No, we had soap. Yeah, we had soap. But there was soap sold in stores back then. You know, I might answer a lot of your questions. Just let me talk a little bit, okay? Something different on the street because cars hadn't been invented yet either. And yes, there were cold cars when I was a little girl. Cars were invented, about 1901 or 1902. So, long after 1853, what do you think they heard out on the street when they were sitting there? The boys with their hands up naked. Here, Miss Barbara. What did they hear out in the street? Horses, you're right. Horses. They'd hear the clip-clop, clip-clop, clip-clop. That's how they got around. Or if they had a lot of equipment or food or something to move in a big wagon, horses pulled the wagon, or they rode in coaches. That was it. Now, there were bicycles. Children had bicycles, not quite as fancy as the ones we have today. They had scooters, not as fancy as we have today. But they did have those things. You'd hear people walking and talking. Those windows would be open. They might even have the door open. We are lucky when it's really warm in here, we can turn on air conditioning. You all saying you had to go to school. You didn't have those laws. Education wasn't for everybody, unless your parents had enough money to pay for an education. There were schools in Lancaster, and we had Millerville University, and we had Franklin and Marshall University, but only children whose parents could afford an education, even when they were first, second, third grade, they had to pay for it. Now, if your parents didn't have enough money to send you to the school, you just hung out and played all day? No. Across the street is a very old, big brick building. It used to be a factory. They sent their children to work in the factory. There weren't any laws saying that young children couldn't work in the factory. You see, it was cheaper to hire children than adults. So, the parents would have you work instead of laying around doing nothing. And you got paid, you took your money home, and you gave it to your parents to help support your family. So that's a very old building. It used to be what we call a cotton mill. On the other side of this wall, that building is now the Water Street Rescue Mission in Lancaster. And on the other side of this wall is another big brick building. You walk along it, looks just like that one over there. That's been turned into Carter McRae School, another school like Hamilton School. If I go through that door, I go to the office of the school. When I want to get lunches, I don't want to the cafeteria. So we're still using these old buildings for good things. Now, the man that lived in Lancaster came along, and here's Thaddeus Stevens. This is his housekeeper, Lydia Smith. Boys, back then, if you weren't married, a lot of men just didn't do things for themselves. They hired a housekeeper to clean their house, wash their clothes, cook their food. So that's who this woman is. She lived in a house very close to me. Well, this man didn't think it was fair that everybody should get an education. So he started free schools in Lancaster. Thaddeus Stevens. He called call him the father of the Free School Act, and he's buried right here in Lancaster, in a cemetery behind Fulton Elementary School. That was the only cemetery back then that would allow black people and white people to be buried together. So he chose that old cemetery, old now, so he could be buried with black people or anybody else, Spanish people, because he knew that everybody was the same. He didn't think it was right that they were separated. Well, since he thought everybody deserved an education, he started free schools. We call him the father of the Free School Act.